How did I hear about Axe? I was working at computer labs with Ruben Lopez, and Ruben is an Axe brother, and he kind of pushed me in that direction pretty hard, actually, and I didn't want to go. And actually, when I showed up at Axe, I was a little I was one of those guys that is very resistant to the whole Axe thing, and once you see what it's all about, once you see what they're actually trying to do, it's not a bad thing. So, but yeah, I had some pretty tough discussions when I first showed up, and I was very, what's the word, hostile, I guess. If anybody that knows me knows that I'm a little confrontational sometimes when I have a strong belief in something. So.
And how did that impact your life?
It's changed my life completely to this day. To this day, I'm more of I guess a practical Catholic than a practicing Catholic. So it's how you treat people, it's how you treat your family, it's how you treat the environment, it's how you think of others, and the empathy that not only that you show, but the empathy that you feel for animals, for living creatures, for anything. So it was a really positive step in my life, and I embraced it, and I ran with it for a long time. I did something like, I want to say like 12 retreats or something like that, and I had a lot of fun.
If there's somebody who's watching this, because this will be on our social media and all that,
yeah,
and they feel something drawing them, but they don't know what, they've been invited to retreat, and kind of like yourself, they're a little hesitant, and they were sitting right here, what would you, like, what words of encouragement might you have for them?
I would say go ahead, and you really don't have anything to lose. If you want to think about it as a little vacation, nobody's going to be bothering you for 3 days, and it's a lot of people, I guess, get turned off by the whole religious aspect of it, but Axe is a lot more than that. Axe makes you look inside yourself, and it makes you deal with some of those things that are uncomfortable about yourself, and we all have those things. We're all human. We all make mistakes. We all have something, right? Nobody's perfect, and it makes you turn inwards and look at those things and deal with them, and it shows you that there's nothing wrong with dealing with those things. There's nothing wrong with addressing those issues and getting them out in the open. And once you do, you realize that, a lot of other people have these real life problems. It's nothing unique to anyone, and it just shows you how to deal with those things and how to have a positive outlook. And if you hit a road bump in life, how to get over it, and then there's tremendous support in the community. So if you fall, you falter, you have everybody's phone number. I mean, you can call on all of these people, and everybody is so willing to, at least lend you their ear, at the very, very least. And everybody wants to help. So it's not a crazy religious sect or cult or anything like. It's nothing like that. It's just a very practical application of all those things into your real life, and that's what really Axe is about. And that's the way that I take it forward now, and how I deal with everyone, and how I deal with myself, and how I'm honest with myself, and I'm honest with everybody else. And I could go on and on, but don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of Axe. It's not a religious cult or anything like that. It is a way to learn not only about God, but it's a way to learn about yourself, and how everybody else deals with themselves. And it teaches you a lot of things. I had to go through it a bunch of times to learn, but it's fun to learn. You have questions, but at no time is it like a religious thing. I mean, it is a religious thing, but it's not like anything. This is the thing with Acts. You can come from another religion and they will accept you, or you can come as an atheist and they will accept you, and they're not trying to convert you. They're just trying to show you that you're accepted, and that's what won me over. Because I wasn't Catholic when I came, and I actually became Catholic. I think a couple years after I went to my first retreat, and I got confirmed and everything at St. Stephen's, Father Marcus. But it wasn't anything to be afraid of. The change in others is it's metamorphic. It's they come in, especially, man, I could tell you stories, especially when they come in and when they leave. Sometimes it's two different people. I remember one retreat. It was a father and son, and they were having issues with each other. And by the end of the retreat, it was father and son. They figured it out, and they figured out that, hey, nobody's going to replace father and son, and we need to cherish each other. And so that's one small example. But there's many, many, many examples of people come in and they leave totally different, and it fades. I mean, it fades over time, but the structure is there, and it's always going to be there. So I recommend it to everybody, that get that structure and get that foundation. And again, it's not I mean, it is religious. But it's not. It's more about yourself, and it's more about accepting who you are and who others are, and how to. It's really complicated, but when you go through it, it's really self-explanatory. It's so weird how to describe something like this.